Join Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio, the host of Only the Best for You. Be a change maker and unlock the secret to your best life.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Only the Best for You, here on Global Voice Radio. My name is Carol Davies of the Passion Motivator Coaching Company. I'm so pleased each week to share with you the best information and speakers about how you can be a change maker to make the world and yourself the best you can be. Today, I am reporting to you on a topic that is of great interest to me. How can you change up your self-confidence to get a new sense of purpose in your life? We all have times when we lack confidence and don't feel good about ourselves. But when low self-confidence becomes a long-term problem, it can have a harmful effect on our mental health and our lives. So this involves self-esteem. Self-esteem is the opinion that we have of ourselves. So when we have healthy self-esteem, we tend to feel positive about ourselves and about life in general. It makes us better able to deal with life's ups and downs. When our self-esteem is low, we tend to see ourselves and our life in a more negative and critical light. We also feel less able to take on the challenges life throws at us. Low self-esteem often begins in childhood. Teachers, friends, brothers, sisters, parents, and even the media send us messages about ourselves, both positive and negative. For some reason, the message that you aren't good enough is the one that seems to stay with you. Perhaps you found it difficult to live up to other people's expectations of you, or to your own expectations. Stress and difficult life events, such as serious illness, moving, separation, divorce, can have a negative effect on self-esteem. Personality can also play a part. Some people are just more prone to negative thinking, while others set impossibly high standards for themselves. So if you have low self-esteem or confidence, you may hide yourself away from social situations, stop trying new things, and avoid things you find challenging. In the short term, avoiding challenging and difficult situations makes you feel a lot safer, says Dr. Chris Williams, who is a professor of psychosocial psychiatry at the University of Glasgow. In the longer term, he says, this can backfire because it reinforces your underlying doubts and fears. If you avoid challenging and difficult situations, it teaches you the unhelpful rule that the only way to cope is by avoiding things. So living with low self-esteem and low self-confidence can also harm your mental health, leading to problems like depression or anxiety. You may also develop unhealthful habits, such as smoking or drinking too much as a way of coping. To boost your self-confidence, you need to identify the negative beliefs you have about yourself, then challenge them. You may tell yourself you're too stupid to apply for a new job, for example, or that nobody cares about you. Start to note these negative thoughts and write them down in a diary. Ask yourself when you first started to think these thoughts. Next, start to write down evidence that challenges these negative beliefs. For example, you could write, I'm really good at doing crosswords, or my sister always calls me for a chat every week. Write down other positive things about yourself, such as, I'm thoughtful, or I'm a great cook, or I'm someone that others trust. Also write down good things that other people say about you. Aim to have at least 5 things on your list and add to it regularly. Then put your list somewhere where you can see it. For example, you could put it on the bathroom mirror, post it on the refrigerator, anywhere that you go by and you see something frequently. That way you can read it and keep reminding yourself that you're okay. You might have low self-confidence now, but because of what happened when you were growing up, it chipped away at you. But we can grow and develop new ways of seeing ourselves at any age. So low self-confidence is unfortunately a self-fulfilling prophecy. The worse you feel about who you are and what you do, the less motivation you'll have to do what it takes to build your self-esteem. From there, it's easy to spiral down into a cycle of negative and circular thinking, keeping you mired in damaging and erroneous beliefs. How can you stop this vicious cycle and start moving yourself in a more positive direction? It's a process, and it won't happen overnight, but there are things you can do to get it started and keep it moving. Here are several powerful ways to improve your self-esteem quickly in order to start feeling more confident. Master a new skill. When you become skilled in something that corresponds with your talents and interests, you increase your sense of competency. List your accomplishments. Think about all the things you've accomplished, then write them down. Make a list of everything you've done that you feel proud of, everything you've done well. Review your list when you need a reminder of your ability to get things done and to do them well. Do something creative. Creative tasks are a great way to put the flow back into your life. Creativity stimulates the brain, so the more you use it, the greater the benefits. Pull out your old guitar, write a story or a poem, take a dance class, or possibly sign up for a community theater production. When you add the challenge of trying something new, it helps you even more. Get clear on your values. Determine what your values are and examine your life to see where you're not living in alignment with what you believe. Then make any necessary changes. The more you know what you stand for, the more confident you will be. Challenge your limiting beliefs. When you catch yourself thinking negatively about yourself, stop and challenge yourself. Don't let yourself be limited by erroneous beliefs. Stand at the edge of your comfort zone. Stretch yourself and move to the edge of your comfort zone. Get a bit uncomfortable. Try something new. Meet different people, or approach a situation in an unconventional way. Confidence begins at the edge of your comfort zone. Help someone. Use your talents, skills, and abilities to help others. Give someone direct assistance, share helpful resources, or teach someone something they want to learn. Offer something you do well as a gift to someone. Heal your past. Unresolved issues and drama can keep you trapped in low self-esteem. Seek the support of a trained counselor to help you heal the past so that you can move on to the future in a confident and self-assured way. Stop worrying about what others think. When you worry about what others think of you, you never feel free to be completely yourself. Make a firm decision to stop worrying about what other people think. Begin making choices based on what you want, not what you think others want from you. Read something inspirational. A great way to gain more self-esteem is to read something that lifts you up and makes you feel positive about yourself. Reclaim your integrity. Define what integrity means for you and ensure that you're living in accordance with that understanding. If your life isn't aligned with your character, it will drain you and leave you feeling bad about yourself. Let negative people go. If there are people in your life who are negative, who have nothing positive to say, or who put you down, or take advantage of you, do the smart thing and let them go. The only way to find your self-esteem and your self-confidence is to surround yourself with supportive, positive people who admire you and value you. Draw a line in the sand. The best way to find your self-esteem is to create personal boundaries. Know what your boundaries are and how you wish to respond when people cross them. Don't allow others to control you, take advantage of you, or manipulate you. To be confident is to maintain firm boundaries. Care about your appearance. When you look your best, you feel your best. Dress like someone who has confidence and let your self-assurance come through in how you look. Welcome failure as a part of growth. It's a common response to be hard on yourself when you failed. But if you can shift your thinking to understand that failure is an opportunity to learn, that it plays a necessary role in learning and growth, it can help you keep perspective. Remember, too, that failure means that you're making an effort. Always remain a student. Think of yourself as a lifelong learner. Approach everything you do with a student's mentality or a beginner's mind. Open, eager, unbiased, and willing to learn. Face your fear. Allow yourself to feel afraid, but keep going anyway. Self-esteem is often found in the dance between your deepest desires and your greatest fears. Become a mentor. Be there for someone who needs your guidance, your leadership, and your support. Their respect and gratitude and watching them progress with your help will add to your self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-respect. Define success. Clarify what success means to you and what it means in terms of your confidence. If you really want to do something, you will have to find the self-esteem within you to just do it. I've been coaching people of all kinds for several years now, and new clients frequently tell me one of their goals is to improve their self-confidence. I usually respond by saying, yes, I'd love to work with that on you and help you enjoy it. At that point, the person says, I hate to tell you this, but prepare to be disappointed. My confidence is so low that I don't think anyone could possibly ever help me. I'm probably the one person who you won't be able to help in this area. I often smile when I hear this because I've heard it so many times. It seems that so many people believe that they are beyond help because they felt this way all their lives and can't imagine it changing. But believe me, it does change. The human heart and mind respond predictably to heartfelt encouragement, genuine positive feedback, and the undeniable truth about one's true value as a human being. So here are some ways that I work with my clients that I hope will help you too. I often say to them, please watch and change your language. Probably the number one tool I use is pointing out the way that you talk about yourself. If you have low self-confidence, You probably speak negatively about yourself a lot of the time. And the majority of it, if not all, is probably totally untrue or grossly exaggerated. For example, I recently had a client who wants to write her own book, and she said that she had slaughtered the English language in a short story she wrote. I pointed out immediately when I heard this that she is a good writer and she probably did not slaughter anything. She has not fully owned her talent as a writer and sabotages herself by putting herself and her work down publicly. What she said was a completely inaccurate statement, but when she hears herself saying it, she punches herself yet again and keeps the truth of her talent hidden from herself and the world. A far better way for her to describe or frame her experience, both verbally and in her own mind, would be to reflect on and express the truth about her accomplishment. She could have said, "I finally wrote a short story yesterday, which was a great step forward for me. It's probably not the very best I could do, but I'm proud of myself for doing it. One way to become a better writer is by writing as often as I can." Also, notice when you use always and never in negative ways, such as "I always make a mess of things," or "things never go my way." These statements can never really be true, and this type of negative exaggeration poisons your mind and lowers your self-esteem. So figure out whose voice it is that you're really hearing, because it's your inner critic that gives you limiting beliefs. I did a workshop once with a group of women, and they're working on different areas of their lives. I had them write out all the negative beliefs they had about themselves, and to then identify who the person was who gave them that idea in the first place. Almost every time a negative idea that a person believes so strongly about themselves, such as "I'm not as smart as other people," "I'll never amount to anything," "I'm not creative," "I'm a failure," came directly from someone in their past. Often, this remembrance of its origin comes as a complete shock, as it felt like this so-called fact felt like it had been with them since they were born. Not so. And it's usually not true at all. And it probably wasn't true even when they first were told it long ago. So whose voices are you hearing in your head? I often say to my clients, get aggressive about pursuing truth. As I've mentioned, and I repeat over and over, many of the beliefs you have about yourself, however they developed at some point, aren't true at all. Some, of course, may actually be true and may be worth working on or getting help with, but that's another topic entirely. Become extremely curious about finding out the truth about yourself. Whenever you get down in yourself, ask yourself what it is you're telling yourself about yourself. Get a journal out and write your beliefs down. Are they 100% true? I seriously doubt it. Write out the opposite of each negative statement. Could it be that the opposite is actually true? Often that's the case, especially if the source of the belief is a bully in your past. Shocking that this may seem. Imagine that you're a close friend. What is the truth that you would tell yourself about you and these negative beliefs? through loving eyes. If you find this hard to do, seek out a good, kind friend who loves and values you and ask them to tell you all the good things they love about you and to give you a truth-based, positive spin on these negative beliefs. Believe them. Recognize also what you're good at. We're all good at something, whether it's cooking, singing, doing puzzles, or being a friend. We also tend to enjoy doing the things we're good at, which can help boost your mood. Build positive relationships. If you find certain people tend to bring you down, try to spend less time with them, or tell them how you feel about their words and actions. Seek out relationships with people who are positive and who appreciate you. Be kind to yourself. You need to be compassionate to yourself because if you're being self-critical, it is so wearing and heavy going. Think what you'd say to a friend in a similar situation. We often give far better advice to others than we do ourselves. Also, learn to be assertive. Being assertive is about respecting other people's opinions and needs and expecting the same from them. One trick is to look at other people who act assertively and copy what they do. It's not about pretending you're someone you're not. It's picking up hints and tips from people you admire and letting the real you come out. Start saying no. People with low self-confidence often feel like they have to say yes to other people, even when they don't really want to. The risk is that you become overburdened, resentful, angry, and depressed. For the most part, saying no doesn't upset relationships. It can be helpful to keep saying no in different ways until they get the message. Give yourself a challenge. We all feel nervous and afraid to do things at times, but people with healthy self-confidence don't let these feelings stop them from trying new things or taking on challenges. Look at the things that you have always wanted to do. Look at your dreams. What is there that you could choose right now to set yourself a goal to get doing that you haven't done before or that excites you? Achieving your goals will help you to increase your self-confidence, and it will make you a happier and more successful person. I truly hope that you'll find some great takeaways from my thoughts today. If you want further information about increasing your self-confidence or want to talk about more ideas with me, contact me through my website, www.thepassionmotivator.com, or by email at coachcaroldavies@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, you can change your life at any time and become the success you want to be. I look forward to connecting with you again next week. Bye now.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern for Only the Best for You with Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio.